Welcome back to Bibliophiles Audiophiles. It's episode 6 of Spoopy Month of Spook. And today we're doing The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandanna? How did you read that?
I thought Mandana, but like Donna is not Donna. Yeah.
I think it's
Mandana.
Sangu Mandanna. We're probably butchering that. I'm really sorry.
Listen, girl, if you're listening, let us know how you pronounce your name.
Sangu Mandanna. I think we said that in like half of these episodes.
For real.
Anyway, you went to college. You should know everything at this point.
You should be lucky if I remember everything.
Yeah, for real. Anyways, this book is not on Kindle Unlimited. It is $10.99 on Amazon. We found it at McKay's for $9.50 when we went to McKay's up in Nashville, Tennessee. I kept wanting to say Chattanooga. There is one in Chattanooga, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, okay. We went to Nashville, though. Sorry. Here is the description. A warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. As one of the few witches in Britain, Mika Moon knows she has to hide her magic, keep her head down, and stay away from other witches so their powers don't mingle and draw attention. And as an orphan who lost her parents at a young age and was raised by strangers, she's used to being alone and she follows the rules, with one exception. An online account where she posts videos pretending to be a witch. She thinks no one will take it seriously, but someone does. An unexpected message arrives, begging her to travel to the remote and mysterious Nowhere House to teach 3 young witches how to control their magic. It breaks all the rules, but Mika goes anyway, and is immediately tangled up in the lives and secrets of not only her 3 charges, but also an absent archaeologist, a retired actor, 2 long-suffering caretakers, and Jamie, the handsome and prickly librarian. Sorry. I'm really dizzy and I cannot see these words very well at all. And that is not good for our podcast based on reading. So I'm struggling today. The handsome and prickly librarian of Nowhere House would do anything to protect the children. And as far as he's concerned, a stranger like Mika is a threat, an irritatingly appealing threat. As Mika begins to find her place in Nowhere House, the thought of belonging somewhere begins to feel like a real possibility, but magic isn't the only danger in the world, and when a threat comes knocking at their door, Mika will need to decide whether to risk everything to protect a found family she didn't know she was looking for. Woo! Ta-da! Sorry, I'm struggling today.
That was kind of long.
It was very long. It's 4 paragraphs long.
Anyways, ratings on Storygraph. The average rating is a 4.26.
Ew.
The first one I got is a 5-star. I absolutely adored this book and couldn't set it down. Quite possibly one of my favorite books ever. A cozy and magical blanket of a book that is perfect for the fall season. I'll definitely be reading this book again in the future. This one has no stars at all, so I'm assuming it's a DNF. And it just says slow. That's it.
Man, they really went into detail.
Yeah. 3 stars. None of the characters really pulled me in. I never felt invested in them or the overall storyline. And this one's a 4-star. A nice, cozy little romance, perfect seasonal, easy read. And that's all I got. So,
nice.
That's that.
I forgot the trigger warnings.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Me too.
I have them wrote down. I just forgot to mention. I don't think there was any trigger warnings. There was. Okay, yeah. Trigger warnings are death, abandonment, sexual content, child abuse, racism, and homophobia. Tasty. Take it away, James.
Yeah, James.
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
We forgot to thank Jerry, too.
Well, we can thank him now. Thanks, Jerry. Oh my gosh.
And if you're one of our new followers that has just joined, thanks to the Summerton Book Fest, we had a blast meeting you, by the way.
Yes.
Jerry is the guy who makes the sound that you hear when you are going into an episode.
Yeah, the little intro music that we got, It's Jerry.
That's Jerry's.
If you want to reach out to him, because if you want to start a podcast and you need music, it's at Laced Mapes on Instagram.
I think he's on YouTube, too. I think he does gameplays.
Yeah. Or if you like video games, like,
he's
got you there, too.
Okay, my first note is I absolutely adore her name.
Really?
Mika Moon. Yeah.
It flows really nice.
It does. Well, Mika, reminds me of Blippi. because, like, I have a 2-year-old who's obsessed with Blippi. Mika is the female character in the Blippi world. And so, like, I don't know if her name is actually pronounced Mika, but that's where my mind went, because, like, I just hear that name a lot.
I think that's how Amazon...
Lexi
girl.
Lexi girl. Yeah, I forget she's right behind me.
That's what Lexi girl calls her too, Mika.
Yeah. But it made me mad how she was like, I'm not supposed to show my witch powers. Let me post them on TikTok. Like, she's like, oh no, they'll think it's a filter.
Yeah. I mean, people are stupid, so they probably would.
Man, people are probably like, wow, that transition though.
Like, damn, did you see that?
Yeah, like,
That's
wow, that transition's smooth. Anyways, let's go watch a cat, you know? Like, people were so quick to forget stuff on TikTok.
That's true. Like, I watched TikTok today. I couldn't even tell you what I watched.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had to get off TikTok because it was too time consuming.
My first note, Primrose, right?
Everdeen?
No, the name of the girl is Primrose.
Oh!
The strict lady?
Yeah, okay,
Her name is Primrose.
Bruh.
But her name is Primrose Everly, which is exactly the point.
God.
It sounds like Primrose
I didn't know her
Everdeen.
last name was Everly. I just knew Primrose. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was just like, that sounds like...
Close, but no cigar.
No. Yeah. No. She kind of, like, annoyed me at the beginning, because, like, they were having their little meeting in, this, off, like, the dock of, not like a dock, but, like, off of, like, a seaport or whatever it was. It reminded me of when I went on my Canadian cruise, huh?
I'm pretty sure it was a dock, wasn't it?
Something
It was
like
a
that.
marina, maybe?
Something
like
where
that,
there was ocean. But it made me think of my, Canadian cruise because of the way the weather was described and stuff like that, because the weather wasn't fantastic. But Primrose bothered me in that scene because they had their whole thing and they were like, oh, so, like, does anyone have any, like, issues going on? And this one person, I want to say it was Hilda, but I don't remember if it was her or not. But she was just like, yeah, well, like, you know, my partner and I were getting married, and it's getting kind of hard. I really want to be able to tell them that I'm a witch.
Yeah.
And then Primrose was like, you could just not get married.
Yeah.
Anyone have any real problems? Like,
yeah, she's like, oh, easy, don't get married.
Like,
next.
That pissed me off. I'm like,
well, I mean, she is like a salty old dad. That's herself.
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, that did make me mad too. Don't meet people off the internet after one conversation. This guy's like, hey, we need you. Come to this location. And she's like, okay.
But you say that like dating apps don't exist.
Yeah, but like, she had one conversation.
That's fair.
If you have a week of multiple conversation with this person throughout the week, that's different. But like 3 messages were exchanged between these 2 people, and she went. And I'm just like, bruh.
When I was on a dating app a couple years ago, I actually did meet someone after like barely a conversation.
Why? That's how you get murdered.
I was at college.
Ma'am. Me and my husband talked for 2 weeks before we went on a date. I drove myself. Keep in mind, okay, so we are at Chick-fil-A and we're going to the movie theater. That is across the road from each other. And he asked me to ride with him, and I said, no, I'll meet you over there because I'm that paranoid.
Oh, I'm paranoid like that too. Let me explain why I did it though. I was in college, right? And my ex worked the front desk at my building.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring a boy over to make him jealous. Because it was like a fresh, like less than like...
So not only did you meet somebody after one conversation, you showed him where you lived? Girl! What kind of girl math are we mathing here?
He was ugly too.
Bro, what?
Listen, I wasn't thinking. I wasn't in my right mind at that moment.
You're just like, I'm gonna bring a guy over, so you found the first guy you could find, and you're like, you'll do. And you just took him home?
He was ugly. We laid in my bed and we were watching Pitch Perfect. And he was trying to be all like touchy and all that.
Oh, he was trying to get some.
Like, no.
Yeah.
And then at one point, like, I just kept looking at my phone. I'm like, please tell me, like, my roommate's gonna, like, tell me that she's coming back to the room or something. So I made up an excuse. And I'm like, my roommate's coming back. You're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
Because, like, here's the other thing, too. I did it to make my ex jealous. But the time this guy showed up, my ex wasn't working the desk anymore. His shift was over, so it was all for nothing.
So, oh, man. Girl, you could have gotten great. Like...
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah.
Listen, we have campus police, though.
What the heck are they gonna do when you're behind locked doors and they're probably 2 blocks away?
They're not. They actually were on campus. Because my campus...
Were they patrolling the hallways outside your bedroom?
Not patrolling the hallways,
well,
but they
then
were
how
like...
are they... No, that bro's gonna start, attacking you and pouncing, and you're gonna be like, hold up, let me pull out my phone real quick and call the campus police! No!
Yeah, but, no, that, never again.
Honestly, I can't judge, because I talked to this one guy for like a month when I was 14, and I almost got kidnapped because he was 18. So, I really can't judge. At least it was more than one conversation, though.
The moral of the story is, well, you know what? The moral of our stories is, don't just meet up with someone after one conversation.
Yeah.
It's not like it is in the books, like Mika's, where it turns out pretty dandy.
Yeah, like, she meets this guy, or this guy's like, hey, come teach these 3 witches that you never heard about in this place that you can't find. And
that was like that was talked about in the in-person conversation. Like, she just went over there when it just said witch wanted.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so dumb.
Yeah.
And she went by herself. I'm like, that's so dumb. I mean, granted, she didn't have anybody else.
Who is she gonna bring, though?
Yeah, exactly. But still, why would you go? Anyways, we're getting way off track.
Really? Oh, I'm gonna skip over this. No, we can maybe come back to that one.
Okay.
But it's around the same time. What was the point of the neighbor being mentioned at all in the book? Like, when she went to go, I guess, talk to them, she left her dog with the neighbor, who's a vet, and then she moved out. But, because, the reason why I'm asking is because, in that one scene, the one and only scene, which I guess might be very insignificant, but from the way that the scene was written, it made me think, oh, they're going to have a romance. This is where our romance is going to come
between her and the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, he was never mentioned again.
She did go and meet them and then went back for her stuff and, her dog. Which is, by the way, how do you pronounce the dog's name?
That was going to be one of my questions.
Is it Cersei? Because I know that's, a witch name. All the things in this book are witchy vibes.
Yes, I think so. Because that's what
that's a powerful witch.
That's how Lexi Girl pronounced it.
Cersei?
Cersei.
That just seems wrong to me. I kept accidentally reading her name as Circle.
That's what I keep thinking, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say Cersei for giggles, but, if we get it wrong, my dad's calling me. Unless he wants to be...
But you need...
Unless he wants to be a special guest.
He wants to be a special guest. We should ask him how to pronounce it.
I just said we're recording the pod. You okay? Make sure he's not falling off the toilet or anything.
Susan's going to be there.
Well, he falls off the toilet. What's he going to do? Call me?
Susan's there. She'll hear it.
She'll hear him, yeah.
Or your grandmother.
The thud. Anyways, what was the point? Oh, I think it's more of backstory to mean she's not completely alone, but she doesn't have people.
But she never talked to him after that.
Yeah, it was literally oh, by the way, I'm moving. Watch my dog for a few minutes or a couple hours, and then she went back, and that was it.
So I just didn't understand the point of that. But anyways, the note I had before that is when she was moving into their house.
He's okay. He just had a question.
Oh.
He's not laying in the bathroom floor.
That's good. That's good.
I'm very proud of my dad right now.
When she was unpacking her car, which I thought it was really cute that she called it the witch's room?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was giving Mary Poppins merged with Queen Clarice from The Princess Diaries.
Never seen it. Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's got Anne Hathaway.
I was about to be... Yes.
Yeah.
I was about to say, girl, we are going to culture you today if you have not.
That's the whole reason I love Anne Hathaway was that series. Or that movies, whatever you call it.
And Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews will always have my heart. The day she dies, I'm going on
That's
bereavement.
That's going to be new Anne Hathaway. Man, if she ever died, but obviously she's going to die eventually. When she dies, I'm going to cry the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to take time off work.
Yeah, no, we'll make a little vigil.
But that whole scene, I don't remember how it was giving the Queen Clarice part, but I knew it was there. Mm-hmm. But everything coming out, the freaking koi pond.
Yeah, with fish and water, everything intact, and everyone just sitting there just gawking, because I've never seen actual adult witch before. Did they know that the archaeologist was witch or no?
What archaeologist?
The lady that was dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I was just gonna be sure.
Yep, they did. They all knew. That's how they knew the witches existed and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay. Oh, they gave Mika a room in the attic. And I was jealous because I've always wanted an attic room. I don't know why I love attic rooms.
I kind of really wanted one in the house I used to live in up in Jersey, but we'd have to, like, do a lot with that. Plus, it's a really more like a crawl space, too. Like, there wasn't, like, a lot of room up there anyway.
You could have put, like, some posters in a bed, and that's probably it.
And spiders.
Oh,
I don't do
love
those. I don't do those.
You could have been the next Spooderman.
I had to kill one on my ceiling yesterday.
I think you sent me a video.
I had to find a step stool. I went to Susan and I was just like, hey, do we have a step stool somewhere? And she's like, yeah, there's one in your dad's closet. So I went into the closet. Well, she went into the closet and gave it to me, and she followed me into my room, and I tried to get it, and she looked at it too, and she was just like, it looks I already have dead. And I'm like, yeah, but still.
Yeah, I don't want it, like, rejuvenating in the middle of the night and coming at me.
And then I missed.
Oh!
I got it the second time, though.
Have we ever explained on the podcast that you live with my dad?
I don't know, but I live with her.
By the way.
I rent a room.
She rents a room in my dad's house. Like, we moved out, and then my dad's like, finally. And then you and his sister move in, and he's just like, what?
Well, he offered.
He did.
He's really nice.
Oh, my next note is we need her spell for keeping bugs out of her bedroom.
Yes!
Yeah.
I need it.
Like, I read that and I immediately thought of you because I'm like, you really need that because you have, like, spiders and stink bugs.
I've been finding a lot of spiders in my room lately. Mm-hmm. And then I thought
it's getting cold and they're coming inside where it's warm. And since your room is the warmest room in the house, they're coming for you, sis. They're on the hunt. They're after you.
I thought there was a stink bug actually in my room this morning too, but apparently not because it was just some lint pulled on the curtain.
That's like Elizabeth when cat hair was going after her the other day and she was screaming and running because she thought it was a spider and she had socks on, so it was like a Scooby-Doo moment. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. And she's screaming bloody murder, but I'm laughing so hard I'm about to pee myself, so I'm doubling over. I'm on the phone with my mother-in-law, and she's screaming, what? Because she thought my daughter was actually dying, but she was just scared of hair, so... Oh man, what is the lady, the archaeologist adopted like 3 young witches, right? And she names them after rocks.
Yeah.
Terracotta, Rosetta, and Altamira?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought
they're not rocks. They explained it in the book that it's not rocks, it's rocks, but like important moments in history, like Rosetta Stone. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that.
Call me dumb. I thought terracotta was a fish.
I know it's a color, because our mutual friend wants to use that color in her wedding scheme.
Ooh. I'm gonna look it up.
It's like a reddish brown color.
I don't have any service. My phone's almost dead. Yeah, okay, so like...
Yeah.
Pot color.
Yeah.
I thought terracotta was a fish. What fish am I thinking of that sounds close to that may have only been in, Animal Crossing. Man, I used to be a...
Arnar.
For Animal Crossing.
That is true. That's all you and James would talk about.
Yes. Yeah, I went from Minecraft to Animal Crossing. So,
yeah.
I guess you could say I'm a gamer.
Speaking of those names, though, terracotta, I just kept thinking about cottage cheese. Because the cottage cheese.
Yeah. Man, fish and cheese. This girl's got to smell wonderful. That's where our minds went. Terracotta was the main one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that kept setting fire to everything on accident.
Yep. I loved how Mika was really, like, patient and understanding with the kids. Like, she wasn't
Considering she had, like, never been around kids,
yep.
I was shocked.
Yeah. But I think she kind of just used, like, her experience where she was just like,
I wish I had this.
Yeah. Which is the way, like, if you're going to be, like, teaching anybody anything, that's how you should have your mindset, where it's just, like...
the way you want to be treated.
Because, well, that and, like, if you could go back and have something done differently in your learning experience of it, like, what would you want differently and, like, include that?
Yeah.
Because that's what I try to do when I would kind of do, like, a teaching and training moment back when I was training newbies at my other stores that I used to work at. Mm-hmm. And I'd kind of just be, like, stuff that, like, I wish I knew, like, then.
Off the bat.
Instead of, like, finding out, like, months later or something like that, like, stuff that's, like, important.
Hopefully they turn around and, like, gave that off, too.
That's what I hope.
Yeah.
There was a time where this girl, like, did a really good job of training someone else. And I'm like, I trained her.
I did such a good job because she turned around and did such a good job, too.
Nice versus kind. I really liked that comparison that she made.
Oh, yeah, that was the book, wasn't it? I don't remember if I wrote that down or not, but yeah. How she's like, you can be nice and not kind. But she was like, Jamie is nice and kind, wasn't it?
No, she said he wasn't either.
I thought she said he wasn't nice, but he was, like, at the end.
She probably changed it at the end, but she was just like, he's neither.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at the first.
He was mean. Like, it was like, I don't know if I would say, like, enemies to lovers, but I would definitely say Grumpy Sunshine.
Yeah.
Because they were never really enemies.
Yeah.
But, like, they definitely didn't like each other very well.
Mm-hmm. I said the characters communicated well with one another. Like, for example, there was, like, a couple instances where Mika and Jamie would have, like, a little argument, but, like, immediately afterwards, they would realize, like, hey, like, I was out of line there, and immediately would apologize for
We love
whatever.
communication skills.
Communication skills. Communication is the foundation of any kind of relationship. So if you don't have that, you got nothing.
You're saying communication is key, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you tell my husband that? Oh, Mika finally feeling like she belongs somewhere made me really happy because she was like, oh, you know, like, maybe this isn't that bad, and, like, maybe I could be happy somewhere permanently, because, like, doesn't she move around, like, every couple of years?
Something like that,
because
because
she moves around often.
Because one of the big things that, like, Primrose made it a big deal about is, like, making sure that no one knew that witches existed.
Yeah.
So she moves around just because, like, in case someone finds out that she's a witch, because that's kind of how she was her whole life. She, grew up and she had, like, a million different nannies, and the reason why is because as soon as they found out that, like, she had magical powers, they were like, whoop, like, bye.
Change their mind and make them leave, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie's from Belfast, Ireland.
Do you think he's got an Irish accent?
Probably. But
you're not taking the girls nowhere.
But it made me think about, have you heard of it's this song about this pug who's just like, I gotta look it up, but it's this Irish pug. He's like, I live in Belfast, Ireland, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hang on. Look, the pug that couldn't run. Have you never heard of that?
Is that like No Bones? Oh, yes! Oh, there's a song on YouTube! Yes! Oh!
I'm trying to play it.
Love that!
My name is Loka, and I'm a special pug. I live in Belfast, Ireland, and my favourite thing's a hug. I love to eat roast chicken, and my friends say I'm good fun. But the one thing that I cannot do is I can't feckin' run.
Bruh, I used to listen to that on repeat, and it would make me cry every single time. Like, I don't know if I was sad or happy, but I cried nonetheless.
But it made me think of that, because she's like, I live in Belfast, Ireland, da-da-da-da-da, you know.
I love that.
And every time it said Belfast, I was just like, oh my god, Belfast, Ireland.
I don't know how I skipped over that. Like, I imagined him as, like, a white American boy.
Well, initially, I thought Jamie was going to be old, and I thought that because Ian was pretty old, and I thought Lucy was kind of older, so I didn't expect him to be closer to, like, Mika's age.
They were, like, 30s, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Oh, but bro, he's, like, he hated her at first, and, like, didn't want to do shit with her. He didn't want to do anything with her, and was like, you're not spending time with the girls unsupervised, you're not taking them anywhere. And then, like, he just kept getting, like, more and more changing his mind. Well, at some point, like, he told her he had his father's will looked at, but he died, like, 20 plus years earlier. Does that not, like, expire? Like a will? Like, if you have a will and you have it written up and you have it, like, looked at by a lawyer and all that, and it's fine, I just feel like that would expire. Because, like, what if 20 years go past and they're like, oh, yeah, I wanted to give you my land? What would happen to that land in the meantime? Nothing?
I don't know. I don't know anything about legal stuff.
I don't either. Like, I don't know. My mind was just like, does that not expire?
It was kind of a sus excuse. I could tell you that when he said it.
Yeah.
I was just like, are you really, though?
Really?
You know, I don't really have a lot from, like, the first half of the book, but, you know, I did not really expect Lillian, the archaeologist, to be dead and also buried in the backyard.
Yeah, I know. They're just like, wasn't she, like, drinking tea and she just dropped dead? And
she just dropped dead.
Whoop. Well, they knew her will was like, oh, you know, if something ever happens to me, I want my sister to get these girls. And these people are like, well, we love these girls. We don't know the sister, so let's just bury her in the backyard.
And not tell anybody.
Yeah, not tell anybody. And they're just like, hold on. I made a note about this. So, like, this guy was coming. Wasn't, like, her lawyer or something. He was coming.
Edward.
Edward, yeah. I don't remember what he was, but he was coming to make sure she's okay because he was like, she paid me to get this will. I haven't heard from her. They keep making sketchy excuses. I'm going to go check on her in person.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to find, like, Mika and Jamie are off trying to find a way to, like, salvage this. They come back. The guy's car is already here, and they're just like, oh my gosh, he's early. They have him locked in the flower shed because the girls dug up the corpse, put clothes on it, and tried to animate it with their magic, like a rag doll, hoping the guy wouldn't notice. And I'm just like, A for effort, but dang.
I wrote that down because, in quotes I wrote, we thought he'd think it was Lillian.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Oh, he's a solicitor, that's what he was. But, like, they were like, yeah, no, this will work.
I laughed really hard at that.
I was dumbfounded. Because, like, and then Mika's just like, oh, you girls did such a good job. And Jamie's like, what do we do? And the girls are like, we did it. Yay. And I'm just like, bro, that's a dead body.
Yeah.
Who left these 3 kids unsupervised long enough so they could go dig up a dead body, go through a closet, and figure out how to animate it? I just imagine them with, like, the body laying on the ground, and they're just like, move the hand. Trying to get the hand to move, and then they finally get to move, and they're just like, yeah!
Oh.
I can't.
I
was shocked.
I was laughing I was laughing at the part where, like, they literally chased him into the flower shed.
With the body, with the corpse. Man, that would haunt me for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, at least they did something really good where they, like, resolved the whole situation by bringing Primrose into it.
Yeah, because it turns out, like, they go get Primrose because they're like, we need your help. And Primrose is like, oh, now you need my help. And so they take her, and then she's just like, oh, this is my sister's house. I never knew where she lived, and everyone's like, sister. So they ended up bringing
They thought she was Lillian.
Yeah.
Because they looked identical.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they're like, what was it? They were like the one person that
they
could take away these kids,
yeah.
And we accidentally just invited her here because we didn't know.
Yep.
Because apparently they changed their names.
Well, she changed her name from...
They both changed their names to keep their...
Identities
hidden from Uncle and Aunt.
I thought it was just Primrose.
It was both of them.
Well, her
I don't
name's
remember what they were. Peony. Yeah, they like chose flowery names. Oh, it says here. They called Primrose to wipe Edward's memory, only to find out she was Peony, Lillian's sister. They changed names to protect themselves. So, Primrose was Peony.
I don't remember Lillian being called something else.
I don't either, but I'm pretty sure I think they were flower names, but they changed them away from them.
Well, Primrose and Peony are both flower names.
Yeah, no, Primrose was Peony.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would she not choose, like, Amanda? Like, something completely different.
I don't know, sis. But my mouth dropped open. I remember I want to say I was putting away laundry or something, and I was listening to the book while I was doing that.
Yeah.
And I got to that part where, Primrose rolls up, and everyone's just like, Lillian?
Yeah.
And my mouth dropped open. I'm like,
just like, whoa.
And I'm like, Primrose is Lillian? Because that's what I thought this whole time.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of mad that I didn't see it as Primrose being Lillian's sister.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, to be fair, they're like, oh, witches never have siblings, but yet we're dealing with twins and triplets here.
They're not triplets.
They're not, wait, no, they are blood related though, aren't
they're just...
Are they not?
They're just random kids.
I thought they were triplets.
No.
Dang, so this lady's walking around collecting kids like they're cards.
Yeah.
Business cards. One for me, one for me.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah, I was shocked. I'm just mad I didn't see it sooner, though. That's like what makes me mad. I'm really bad at guessing stuff.
I honestly was like, this book kept me enthralled to the point where I wasn't even thinking about the ending. Because usually, like, I'm like sitting there speculating what's going to happen. But this one, I didn't. Because I just was like reading page after page.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how long it took me to finish this one. I think it was only a few days, though.
Once I started audiobook reading it took me a couple of days.
On.
Like, it flew.
Yeah. Primrose and the girls got on like a house on fire. Confused me. Because I'm like, is that
a good thing?
Is that good or is that bad?
I don't know. I don't have any other notes except that I thought this witch story was better than My Favorite Witch.
Yes, 100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even remember what I rated My Favorite Witch, but
I know mine was less than a 4.
Yeah, I gave this one a 5 out of 5. I think mine was like a 3.5 or something. It wasn't a 4, I don't think.
I gave it a 4.
This one?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't give it higher.
4? You want to give it a 4.25 or a 4.75 while we're at it.
I might do a 4.5.
Oh, a 4.5?
I don't know why, because there's no negative notes about any of this.
Yeah. 5s are really hard to come by for you, though.
It is, because I don't know.
Picky.
I'd probably read it again.
Honestly, I don't reread books, but I could see myself rereading this one. Yeah, so I think that's why if I can reread it, I usually give it a 5 out of 5.
There's got to be a reason why I didn't say it was a 5. You know what? I don't know. I'm tempted to change it to 5 out of 5. But I'm like...
Oh my gosh. Hold the phone. For those of you that can't see, meaning everybody, she held up her phone.
I don't know. There's nothing bad I have about it. Because, like, I mean, I don't want to get into buzzwords if you're not done yet, though. Are you?
Oh, no, I'm done, yeah.
My buzzwords say cute read, good characters, great story. So I don't understand.
Those are buzz comments.
Okay, fine. You know, I will change it to a 5.
I talked you into it.
Yeah.
My buzzwords are funny, witchy, heartfelt, and unputdownable. I do hand out 5s like candy, but I don't hand out unputdownable unless it is really unputdownable for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yes. So thank you for joining us on this episode of Bibliophiles Audiophiles. So the Summerton Book Fest was like a few days ago for us, and that was so much fun. I loved it.
It was really good.
A ball. Should we do an episode just talking about that or no?
We could, if you want to.
Can we? I really want to because we got so much to say. So cut all this out.
I will.
Okay. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Bibliophiles Audiophiles. This was episode 6 of Spooky Month of Spook.
You can check us out on Instagram at Biblio Audio Podcast, where we got a bunch of bookish themed stuff on there. Ooh. Or if you have any commentaries, critiques, or recommendations you want to give us, you can email us.
Where the sun doesn't shine, because we are golden.
Right. We have an email at biblioaudiopod@gmail.com.
Yeah, buddy.
So that's about it.
Until next time, you mores.
Adios, muchachos.